Hey guys, Michelle here from Cashel Creations, and I had picked up these plate chargers last year on the holidays, never did the project I intended to do with it, and felt like let's give it a shot. So I'm going to choose between either the gold or the silver and use some permanent vinyl. Go to my Cricut design space, create some images, cut them out, and then we're going to apply them to the charger. So let's get started. So I just finished weeding out my design. I had accidentally placed the image on my screen off-centered, so I had to cut out separately the Hey Santa part. I did have a mishap on the R, so I went ahead and cut that out again. The cookies, it was really weird. The outline for the star was thinner than expected, so I ended up doing it as an alternate option. But it does give some variety as the Christmas cookies. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use some transfer tape. We're gonna put this onto the image, so therefore we can adhere it to either the silver or the gold charger. So I kind of sized it to kind of fit inside the little nook. It's gonna probably be a little bit around the lip, so we're gonna see how we do this. If not, I might have to resize it to be a little bit smaller, but we're gonna give it a shot and see how it goes. So let's get started. So we're gonna go ahead and cut out our transfer tape and just put it down right there. Smooth it out. And then you can turn it over, and then we are going to cut it to size. Okay. Get rid of that. So now what we're going to do is we are going to varnish, basically make sure that all of the vinyl that we cut is going to adhere to the transfer tape. As you can see, I used painter's tape to kind of get that position to where I wanted it to be, but now we don't need that anymore. So again, we're just going to varnish it down. I like to do it on both sides to make sure I get a really good impression, and I'm just applying medium pressure as I'm doing this, and then we can turn it over, and as you can hear, I'm getting it on there. I'm just hoping that I don't have to do it multiple times. All right, so I'm not sure which way we're gonna go. I want to say that the gold one will look really nice. I just think that gold and the black will kind of go nicely on that. So we're going to now pull the transfer back, and again make sure that all, see, that didn't come through, make sure all our pieces come through to the other side. It's a little tricky because it's a big piece, so you just want to do this slowly. Take your time with it. You don't want to rush and then have to redo a step, because trust me, that is not fun. Take your time, and again, I just do I guess, a backwards taco method. I just go little by little. And you also want to make sure that the transfer tape, see, like I don't need that little tiny piece, if you can see that in the video. And I almost lost my O. That would have not been fun. This little reindeer is super cute with his little carrots. Now, I don't have little ones at home, but I do have nieces that I want to see if they would enjoy this to put by their fireplace. And then if this one goes well, we might do one for us adult kids. And I say that because adults have adult beverages. All right, so this is getting stuck. Just roll that, and then we can go back again. I just have, oh, I lost my O. So you just saw what I did. Don't do that. And we're having a problem. All right. This is when it's good to have tools on hand, or at least nearby. Okay. We're just gonna have to lift that O up. This is permanent vinyl, which I find to be stickier than reusable. I think reusable vinyl is what it's called. So you definitely want to make sure, number one, you're putting it where you need it to go, and number two, it's on the right side. Stay. Okay. All right, let's go this way. So I think it's should have really cut the transfer tape. Didn't think about that. Okay, so that part is gone. Let's do this up here. This is sort of why I like using heat transfer vinyl, because it's not so sticky. Come on. I never understand why others come out easily and the other ones don't. Alright, so I know I did it all, but I'm just going to still take my time yet again. Pray nothing else was stuck. Okay, so now this is the tricky part. We're going to make sure that when we put it down, it's really where we want it to go. Because most likely not going to be able to lift it up again. So we've heard of the taco method where we put it in the center, but since I do not know where that center is, I need to make sure that I eyeball it good. And I feel like if you use, I guess it doesn't really matter because it's a circle. All right, guys, so we got the belly around that. All right, it's all or nothing, right? Here goes nothing, guys. Trying to make sure we don't get bubbles. So I'm just gonna go in a circle, and then we can go little by little to the areas that needs to be lifted. That's so cute. Oh my god. Okay, I'm really loving this. So here we go. we have all this. Now, what you can do, guys, is you can use your scissors, which we'll probably do here, and open it up, because now we know what we don't need, right? I probably should have done this before. So if you are looking at doing this project, by all means, don't have too much transfer tape because it might not work where you're going to have it down perfectly, because it might be too much. I didn't cut that. Okay. Okay, so I just did that just so that it allows me to go in closer, so that it doesn't have any bubbling. So I'm just going little by little and varnishing the letters onto the plate charger, and this is super perfect. So I will put the link to what I purchased. I did modify it because this was actually for a rectangle platter, and obviously it's not a rectangle, so I did have to make the changes needed to compensate for it. So the changes I did make was the placement of the circle. I was able to find a very similar font, so like this one I didn't touch. Better for you to see. So this font I didn't touch, this font and this font I did not touch, but these two down below I had to reposition so that it would be within the circle. These chargers I believe I got at the dollar store last year. The circumference in the inside was 9 inches. So I decided to do a circle in my Cricut design space, and then I was able to see the placement of where everything wanted to go. Now if you have these similar chargers, you might want to go maybe 8.5, only so that way you don't have an issue like I do where it's on the lip, unless you like that. All right, so I think I got it down all. Now the moment of truth is lifting it up. So we're gonna do the same kind of method. We're gonna go backwards, and again we're going to go slowly. I'm not gonna reuse, I could reuse it, but I might not reuse this. I have plenty of this stuff, but this did have an exclamation mark, but I just took it off because the point was very thin and small. Sorry, not thin, small. And oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry, but this is so freaking cute. Look how adorable this is. Even though that cookie is a happy accident, it did come out cute like that. Okay, so I might reuse this, put it off to the side. All right, taking you in for a closer look. Let me get my light readjusted here for you guys. So obviously it's not to eat off of. It clearly tells you on the charger, decorative use only. So you're not going to put in the microwave. It's just going to be to put on the table for Santa, for your children to enjoy. What do you guys think? Isn't that adorable? All right, I think I might make another one, but we're going to do it adult style. All right, so sit tight. Let me get everything ready, and then I'll be back. Hey Hey guys, so I went ahead and cut out a different version. This design I'll also link down below. It was already designed in a circle format, so it was very easy for me to just size it. And then we're going to do the same methods, apply the transfer tape and then varnish it, and then we're gonna put it on the silver saucer. I'm not saucer, plate charger. So that way we can see how the black contrasts with the silver. Let's get going. So I saved the same circle, and we're going to just place it down. I did get all my little vinyl bits, so we're just gonna smooth it out and make sure we get all bubbles out of the area so it's an easy transfer. And then what I like to do, like I mentioned earlier, turn it over and varnish it again. And again, you're just wanting to make sure that when you pull back the paper from the transfer, that your vinyl adheres to your transfer sheet. I want to say still do the same method, go very slowly. This didn't have as many intricate parts as the first one I showed you, so hopefully it'll go a little quicker. And I just lost my seat. So sometimes when you push it down like that, it kind of takes it. And let's keep going. Oh, lost that order up there. There we go. Oh, let's not make the same mistake twice. Okay guys, so obviously you can see this is a little bit of a challenge if I'm not used to doing this as often as others. Come on, stay down. There we go. And now the other one doesn't want to stay down. I want to make sure we get all those words. There we go, we're almost there. I tell you, once you pass this part, it's smooth sailing, right? Okay. So what we're gonna do is just make sure there's no dust on the charger. And we are going to turn it around. And since it's a circle, it doesn't really matter which way it goes. I'm going to kind of do the same thing. Since I did cut this one, it's a little bit harder to position it, but I did resize it differently. I hope, although it looks like it's going to come out the same way, and that's okay. All right, I'm just going to commit. And again, we're gonna do the same thing. So I'm just gonna go like this, and look, I just realized we missed that little piece right there. So we're gonna try to see if we can get that out once we varnish it down. And again, I'm just gonna go around the circle first, make sure I get all that down, and then we'll go around the edges. So the black on the silver does look nice as well. Sometimes you just don't know until you do it. So now I'm going to go around the edges and make sure all that's varnished down. You definitely want to make sure that when you peel up the transfer tape that the vinyl stays down, because you don't want that to come up with your transfer tape. So again, just take your time and go all the way around it, not in a race. And we are gonna make sure we get all those little things. It's kind of cute with a shooting star that's there. And this D, because it's on a slant, so we want to make sure it's in that groove. And again, we just go section by section and just varnishing it down. And that way we know all the little pieces are there. And then we're gonna kind of go through and do the same thing when we pull the transfer tape back. And I feel we have done it. Oh, no, I think we started with the ornament. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we'll see if we can get that off afterwards, but I'm not too worried about it. So you see we didn't get that varnish down really good. All right. So we're just going to peel back slowly and make sure we actually get all of the transfer tape off. Sometimes because it's so clear, you can't really tell. Just making sure because it looks like a bubble there. Okay. Oh, we lost a star. Okay. So again, just take your time like you did before. And look, the eye is not wanting to, the little dot. No, either we have it on the wrong side. There we go. So let's see if we can pick this out, this little, there we go. That looks a little bit better. All right. So here we go again, very slowly. And again, take your time. How cute. All right, guys, so definitely want to know what you think. Here is, I would say, the teenager or adult version of a Santa's tray for Christmas Eve. And then we also have the one we did earlier. So here they are side by side. And let's see if I can bring you up so you can see it a little bit better. So there you go. I thank you guys for watching, and I hope this inspires you to create one of your own. Again, I did pick these up at the Dollar Tree last year, so obviously it would be $1.25 if they still sell them because their prices went up, but I know you can find them at Hobby Lobby. In fact, I am going to be doing one for my shop, but in a different concept because I did want to see how they came out. So I will be using a metal one that I picked up at Hobby Lobby in their fall section, I believe. But I'm going to be using different vinyl. So let me know what you think. Is this something that you've already done or want to do and now you're inspired to do it? Again, I will put the links down below so that way if you don't have these files available to you already, you can definitely go and check them out. So thank you again. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, no matter what time of day you're watching them, and have a great holiday season. Take care.